I cuddle boyfriends. I F you. I said like a frickin' TV character. I was in pure black cat energy and unashamed. He stared at me both turned on and confused. I was the dominant, and he did not know if he wanted me more or should recede, because in the end he wanted nothing. He just wanted to feel my everything with no commitment. Feel how I melted in his words and false promises, to then claim his actions should not be followed by any romantic desire, because that was not his intention. They were meant to be romantic, but ignite a romance? Call him anti-Bridgerton. He wanted smoke and mirrors and my heart to be in his playhouse, but I was tired of it. I had reached an existential debate. I wanted good sex, but the messiness of men almost ripped it from me. I was following Josie's no cuddle rule and found her warning to be appropriate. Men resented the inability to play with our hearts when they said all they wanted was to play with our bodies. We became cold whores in their eyes because in not following their games, we took some of their glee away. Why lie, Josie said as she made an Aperol spritz for our Gilmore Girls binge watch. Sorry, I can't believe that night. Okay, we were returning from a successful Costco run that was supposed to be for food, but ended with us buying enough $8 wine to open up a liquor store. Why are you saying this to me? Oh, you are so beautiful, I can marry you, she continued. Can you believe White Boy said that? Why? Does he not know that sometimes I see him scrolling through the dating apps as I'm getting changed? White Boy was actually named Brad, a startup tech boy that made nearly $200,000 a year and was determined to spend only $2 of it. He was cheap, horny, and kind of did look like Brad Pitt. He had been across every dating app in the planet looking for women to have sex with by claiming he wanted a relationship. Within minutes of swiping Josie, whom also swiped right on him, he said, "You don't want anything serious, right?" The grand scheme of it all was that he had done the same to me and I just unswiped him. I do not want games anymore. I'm a woman determined to heal her daddy issues, but Josie was good at games, especially because she always won them thanks to her almost masculine level of ability to detach. Once someone said no feelings, she truly stopped having them. It was Brad's first request before they started their sexual escapades, but his problem was that he liked the love bombs. He enjoyed the poetic lies and the overwhelming complimentary nature that he pretended to have as he sexed the very woman he would never love. In essence, he wanted to be loving and make the woman he was with responsible for remembering that it was not real. Yet he resented Josie for not only seeing his veil, but yoinking it down like a shower curtain. Why are you with him then? You said he's not that great. Nothing a little vibrator from Amazon can't do. Now he's annoying you? I asked, semi perplexed. My relationship dynamics with men had become existentially draining, and I had to control myself. I could not keep on living the most wonderful love affairs with fictional characters and letting my reality wane into a literary dud. Yet I felt nothing. I was apathetic and oddly admired Josie's openness to play a game. At this point, I was not playing for keeps, for gains, for nothing. I think it's oddly healing, she replied curiously of her own feelings. I'm understanding to read actions over words, and seeing him crumble is like seeing an older version of me and trying to figure out why. Why what? I asked in hopes her response would reactivate me. Why was I her for so long? She said in an inquisitive daze. Why was I her when I knew it was so painful to be her? Why did I stay that way? She had framed my existentialism with him so beautifully in just a few questions. I had no idea why I was behaving so coldly to life, only activating or feeling alive when I walked aimlessly through city streets or binge read a book. I had no idea how to be present anymore. So much heartbreak making me not even want to play the game of love. For me, it was not a game, or at least I felt like too much of a loser to even be benched. So, I kind of mentioned Josie. Oh, there was an episode that I spoke about this called Casual Sex, Casual Feelings. And we were talking about this feeling we have that men want the experience of the relationship without the commitment to it. It's kind of like I want to go see the movie, but I don't actually want to make the movie. I want to be the one who pays their $10 to see Avengers Infinity War. Do not ask me to be a part of the crew. I am not going to be a part of the cast. I don't like it's just that feeling of I watch movies, I don't make them. And it's that same I want to experience a relationship without actually being in one, without actually committing to one. And what she found with White Boy is very similar to what I have found, which is for a lot of men, the casual sex, how they enter it and how they enjoy it is via casual feelings, kind of having this Bridgerton of a night and then walking away. But for a lot of us, and myself included, it's like if you are romantic with me, it means romance. If you are loving me, it means love. And it's something that I noted with my father as well. And it was so perplexing. He wanted to be called a good person while not being it. He wanted me to forgive him for actions he never said sorry for. And he never became a better person towards me. Yet he really wanted me to say he was good and think he was good while openly and purposefully destroying me. Like you don't verbally abuse someone in the middle of a mall and buy for your whole family all the time. Like that's the only thing he wanted to do. Take me shopping for his other family while calling me greedy, stupid, fat. Why do you ask for more? And I think with White Boy, first of all, I really did say that line and I was so happy. I was like, I cuddle boyfriends. I F you. And I was like, what the hell am I talking about? I don't know. Sometimes I really just get in this, I'm too cool. I'm a movie star kind of dynamic. And it's not like I am casually sexing everybody. To be honest, I think that was what this episode is about and an upcoming episode is about. Just my journey of like I don't know what I want beyond when I'm, you know, kind of aimlessly walking streets or reading a fantastic book. It's like I want a fantasy. I want love. I want tenderness. I want care. And the reality doesn't give me that. So I just stay in my head, in my dreams. And what I found is that I've become apathetic to living because I feel like I can't live the life I want. I can't live the relationship I want. I've never been one for like casual sex and kind of playing the game of, you know, Josie, the no cuddling boundary of like, you can't cuddle me. You can't send me text messages about how beautiful I am and how you miss me. Like, she's put these boundaries and these ground rules because you can't have my heart without wanting a relationship, without wanting a commitment. You just can't. And what she has found, and I have found too, is that men want your body and your heart, even if they don't want to stay to maintain it, to take care of it, to love it, to consistently date it. Um, and this is again not all men, but there are a lot of men who feel like this and think like this and do this to a lot of women. And what she was finding with White Boy was this very weird dynamic of he kept on coming back, but he would leave frustrated. And, why am I not getting what I want? Why is she not letting me love her or be loving to her? And it's because it's not love, it's all a game. And for Josie, it's kind of like this weird, twisted healing, like I'm the manipulator now, but not even in this evil, sadistic way. I think, like she said, she's learned your actions do say, like, one of the hardest things I realized with daddy recovery was just how much my father didn't love me, how much he didn't want me, but wanted me to feel wanted or say I was wanted, even though he was doing all these things to kind of just banish me, even from myself. And we're done with that. We're not playing those games. Josie isn't either. And I think her response is if you want to play a game, I'm going to play a better one. My response is to just completely withdraw from games. But I do that by withdrawing from people. I do that via isolation. And that's where my worry is. And that's where I'm like, am I doing this to heal or am I doing this out of hopelessness? Because what I have found so often is that like breakdowns and breakthrough look exactly alike. They often need each other to kind of ignite something in you. And I understand her. I really, really do. And I think it's a good rule if I think for a lot of women who want casual sex and want sex and are willing to have it without a relationship, their expectation, like as it should be, is that it better be good and it better not get messy. And this is her way of making sure it's not messy, of making sure it stays at just pleasure and carnal, because it's kind of like, like a kind of the movie example, but in a different, like if you want ice cream, you don't need to open up an ice cream parlor, right? If you want sex, you don't need to have a relationship. That's your rule, right? Well, then all that other stuff we're not doing. And yeah, he's a little frustrated. It's going to end soon anyway. She's starting to date somebody new, that which is really interesting actually. She's dating someone that is really really into her, and it's something that I'm going to bring up in a future episode, kind of how when you're dating somebody that likes you more than you like them, how do you fall in love with them? God, these questions, my God, these daddy issues. Check out daddyrecovery.com. And